Hi guys, my name is Sam and you might know me from my other channel, which is Thoughts on Tomes, where I talk about books, but if you do not know me through that, hi, my name's Sam. So as an introduction to this channel, where I'm going to be talking about everything else that I love and about my life and stuff besides books. Books will still remain fully on that channel because I kind of like having the separation, honestly, a little bit. I know some people like having the same channel, but I want to still keep creating the same amount of book content and then also having this for everything else. So as an introduction to this channel, I'm going to be doing a 20 facts about me video, just kind of sharing with you some things that you may or may not know about me if you watch my other channel or don't. So number one, I am 26 years old. I have 3 cats that are all rescues and I plan on getting a dog this year. I first discovered YouTube and the fact that there are YouTube channels through the beauty community, man, 8 years ago, I think, and I never made beauty videos or anything like that at all before. I just strictly got into it a couple years ago doing book stuff, but I love makeup. I have a whole huge collection of nail polish, which I have actually culled down a lot because I used to have way more than I have now, and I do not polish my nails nearly as much as I used to, but I love especially collecting lipstick. I love lipstick, and I'm also getting re-obsessed with eyeshadow. Really just kind of goes in waves with what kind of makeup product I'm the most obsessed with. But I think lipstick will always be a thing. My first video on this channel was actually going to be a lipstick collection video because a lot of people asked me about my lipsticks on my other channel. And I filmed it and I didn't like it, how it turned out with the lighting and stuff, so I have to kind of tweak that a little bit. But I didn't realize how awful lipstick swatching videos are until I experienced it. It's not fun, especially when you have a lot of matte lipsticks and long wearing lipsticks. Like, my lips were suffering from it from like a week after. It was horrible. So I'm going to film that again in the future, but it's probably not going to be for a little while because I'm still a little bit scarred from it. Harrison Ford was my first childhood crush. I loved him. I still love him a ton, but I was raised on Star Wars and Indiana Jones. So I love him a lot, actually, and it's a little sad. Like, I can't even deal with the fact that he's aging. Like, I know that I'm aging and that I had a crush on him when I was like 7, but it's weird to see, like, how is he old now? Like, old, like, what? I just love him so much, and I'm so hype about the potential Indiana Jones movie coming back with him, because the last Indiana Jones movie was like really bad, let's admit it. Crystal Skull was not good. We do not talk about that movie. So I'm excited for there to be some redemption in the Indiana Jones franchise because, man, between Star Wars coming back last year and then Indiana Jones coming back in the future, like, my childhood is made. I have a research obsessed personality, so if I get into something, a new hobby or anything, I research the shit out of it, basically. I get obsessed, I will stay up really late. It's not even really with hobbies, it's just with anything in general. Like, if I need to buy something new, I research everything about it, which is actually more overwhelming than if I just picked something that I wanted, because it would just be really a ton easier, but instead I obsess about it and watch all these different reviews, and it's too much, but it's what I do. And I just get obsessed about whatever little thing that I'm currently doing in my life. I just like zero in and get obsessive about it for a while. And then I chill out. But for a while there'll be a lot of sleepless nights and me just going on forums and looking up YouTube videos and looking up blogs, and just, it's too much. I used to powerlift, and I actually do want to get back into it, but powerlifting, for those of you that don't know, is weightlifting, but with the whole focus pretty much being on strength and how much you can lift in a, like, short variety of time. So instead of lifting a certain weight for like 20 reps, you'll lift like a really heavy weight for like 5, sometimes 8, but usually the sweet spot is like 5 to 6 reps. And I used to love it, and I haven't done it about a year now, but I loved it, and I don't even know don't even ask what my like peak weights were for stuff because I don't remember. I have it all written down. I can probably find my notebook somewhere. But I powerlifted probably for about 2 to 3 years, and I loved it. I never competed or anything. I'm not a competitive personality when it comes to like sports and weightlifting and stuff like that, but it is a lot of fun, and I highly recommend it if you're looking to get into like health and fitness stuff. Powerlifting, man, it's where it's at. I cannot sit there on a treadmill and run. Running is against everything. I can't do it, but powerlifting is awesome. I don't watch a lot of TV, but I do marathon shows on occasion, but my 3 most watched shows of all time are Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Grey's Anatomy, and Dawson's Creek. I've watched like every single season of almost all those shows, with the exception of the last couple of Grey's Anatomy because I had to stop because it's never ending. But Buffy especially, I have watched every single episode probably over 10 times. I can tell you if it's on and I just see a split second of it, I can tell you what episode it is. I can tell you the name of it. I can tell you the season. Like, it's ridiculous. So, and that's even true of like Dawson's Creek, almost just as much, and Grey's Anatomy. Like, all those characters are like friends to me at this point. It's insane. So I don't watch a lot of TV that's like currently running, but I have a lot of my favorite shows that I'm just very obsessed with. I've been a social worker for over 5 years now. I'm currently working in an agency that does foster care and adoption. I work on the adoption side of things, but I do want to get kind of out of the child welfare community because it's a lot, and all these social worker jobs have a lot of burnout. So in the coming years and moving kind of forward, I do want to get out of child welfare. I can't be in child welfare till I retire. I'm okay with it for now, but I know in the future I want to do something else. Not quite sure exactly what that is, but I am going to be doing something else within the social worker kind of realm. I'm a huge night owl, and I've tried to reset my schedule over and over and over again over the years, and I've just kind of come to the conclusion that I'm never not going to be a night owl. I'll have times, even months, where I'll kind of have a normal-ish sleeping schedule, but usually I'm falling asleep 3 o'clock at the absolute earliest in the morning. Usually around like 4 or 5 in the morning. It's a little ridiculous, and I don't know how I've allowed myself to continue like this, but at this point it's just my circadian rhythm, and I can't do anything about it. My brain is hardwired to go to bed just almost when the sun's coming up. I hate it as an adult now. I loved it more as a kid. I would stay up and watch X-Files until ungodly hours in the morning and then go to school and stuff because that's smart. But now it's ingrained, and I don't know how to stop it because it's just how I am now. This is a wig. I do wear wigs currently, sometimes. Actually, I don't wear them all the time. I don't wear them necessarily outside of videos all the time, but I do wear wigs, and I will talk about that a little more in the future. I'll also be talking about wigs and what to do with them and stuff like that because I have learned some things over the past like 6 months or so, but wigs are fun. And I encourage you, if you want to dye your hair a crazy color but can't because of like school or work or whatever, and you just want to like get a wig, dude. Like, really, it's fun. It's fun to change your hair color like every day and not have damaged hair that's falling out because you've dyed it all these different colors. You can just be like, hey, today I want to be a redhead, and tomorrow I want to have like purple hair, and the next day I want to have like silver hair, and it's fine. Almost all of my cat's nicknames revolve around food. My cat's names, like real names, are Kit, Binks, and Kai. Sometimes my partner and I will talk about like, so what if the cats were fruit? What fruit would they all be? And this will be like a conversation that we'll have. And then those cats will have those nicknames. It's ridiculous. Comment them below and let me know if you have really weird nicknames that have like a theme for your animals, because we seem to have like a food theme. I didn't really start cooking until this year, and now I kind of love it. Obviously, I've cooked before. I can cook like pasta and I can cook stuff off of a recipe, but this year I actually started learning how to throw things together magically from like your pantry and stuff, which I never knew how to do. I didn't come from a cooking family, so my mom like just didn't know how to cook, and like nobody really knew how to cook, so I was never taught that. And this year I just suddenly decided that I was going to do that, and I blame Food Network because I've been watching a lot of Chopped and Cutthroat Kitchen and like Spring Baking Championship and stuff. But the other day I made a cream sauce just like by myself. I just like threw it together and it was good, and I'm like, this is what adulting feels like. I love Disney movies because I grew up in the 90s during the Disney Renaissance, so I do love them, although I know and I recognize that some things about them are a tiny bit problematic. But if I have to name my top 5 Disney movies currently, it would be Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, Tangled, Brave, and The Lion King. I recently became obsessed with Asian skincare. As I mentioned before, that whole research obsessed personality, I stumbled upon the Asian skincare community and Asian skincare in general, and now I'm obsessed and I love it. So if you are interested in what that even means and what do you mean Asian skincare and how is it different than Western skincare, I'm probably going to talk about it here on this channel because it's a current hot topic with me. I just love it, and I've been seeing results from skincare, which like has never happened to me besides like dermatologist recommended stuff, but like I've never just put something on my face and it's changed how good my face is. It's weird, but it works, and I'm excited about it. My favorite kind of tea is rooibos tea. I was never a tea drinker until about a year ago, I think. I'm still not a tea drinker, but if I want to drink like a hot beverage, I do want to drink tea. And my favorite is rooibos. I don't even know if that's considered like a serious tea, but I have a caramel rooibos tea that I bought a while ago and I love it so much. It's so delicious. I just like tea that tastes delicious, because before I was like, tea tastes like grass and leaves and it's gross. And this tea is wonderful. I don't have a lot of dreams when it comes to future homes or anything that I will live in, but the one thing that I have to have happen in a future house is a soaker bathtub. I love baths, and every bathtub that I've ever encountered has been the really shallow, like shower baths that you can't cover your whole body in. Like, why am I gonna take a bath and have like either my boobs or my knees like out of the water so I'm freezing? No, I just want to be like up to my neck in water and just like chilling out in wonderful, just hot, steamy water with like maybe a bath bomb from Lush in it. Like, that's just what I want. So in the future, I will have a soaker bathtub. If it's clawfoot, that's great, but I just want a soaker bathtub. It will mean that I've arrived. I have officially become an adult. I can make a cream sauce and I have a soaker bathtub. Adult. It's Easter time when I'm filming this, so I was reminded that my favorite candy is Cadbury caramel eggs. Cadbury caramel eggs are the most delicious chocolate candy that I have ever tasted in my life, and it is only available around Easter, which is sad, but is also great because I literally will eat a box in a day if given the opportunity. But they are Easter eggs that are milk chocolate, and then they're filled with gooey, delicious, like runny caramel. It's amazing, and I can only eat them a select amount of time during the year, but man, I get my quota in because they're so good. Nothing compares. I once got lost on a river for like 5 hours with 3 friends while tubing. For those of you that don't know, tubing is when you sit in an inner tube with a bunch of friends on a river. It's a really big hobby in the Midwest of the United States. So we went on a river and we underestimated the distance and the time that it would take, and it was dark out, and we were gone until about 1 o'clock in the morning, and the whole park was looking for us. I can share that story if you guys want to hear it. Comment below, let me know if you guys want to hear the Sam almost died on a river when she was in her teens, because it's a fun story now, but it wasn't funny then. My natural hair is actually curly hair, and I do subscribe to / use the curly girl method, so that is something else that I'll probably be talking about on this channel a little bit, because it's one of the other things that I was obsessed with, and now I just know how to do it. But a lot of people do ask about my curly hair from my other channel and stuff, so if you are interested in any kind of stuff about that, I'll be talking about it here. But yeah, curly hair. Embrace your natural hair texture, whether that is curly or straight or wavy or kinky or whatever kind of hair you have, embrace it. It's fun. And finally, one of my other loves is board games, and some of you might be like, okay, cool, I like Monopoly too, but no, not just like Monopoly and stuff, although like I'm always okay with a good childhood board game. I didn't know that there was other board games besides board games that you could buy in like Target and stuff, but board games that are more catered towards adults and people like above the age of 15, which is cool. Obviously you can also play these games with like teenagers and probably some of these with kids as well, but yeah, I love board games, and I might be spreading the love of board games as well here on my channel. Basically all the things I talked about in this video, I am going to talk about more here on my channel, but 3 of my favorite board games that I own. One is Sentinels of the Multiverse, which is its own kind of parody on the kind of superhero genre, but you can pick superheroes that are their own original characters, but they're kind of based on like superhero tropes, and you and your friends try to beat a supervillain, and you like take it down with like hit points. So like if you love video games, you'll love this. And there's so many heroes. We have bought so many expansions for this that this box is like bursting, but this is a fun game. It's one of the first games that I actually got when we got into board games. And then there's Red Dragon Inn, which is great for fans of like D&D and stuff like that, or if you just like the fantasy genre, but it's basically you play a cast of characters that after they go on an adventure, they go back to the inn and drink, and you have to outdrink your friends and outgamble your friends. So each person is a different like character that's kind of like based on like a, you know, like fantasy trope kind of thing. And then you have a card which is like your level of drinks and like inebriation or like your money, and you have to stay basically above the table and not get so drunk. And it's really fun. It's fun with a lot of friends, and if you like the, like I said, like D&D, like fantasy, sword and sorcery type genre, this is a fun game. And lastly, probably my favorite game is Legacy, and this sounds dumb when you explain it. Basically, you are like nobles in France and you're building a family tree, which sounds stupid, but it's not. When I first heard about it, my partner bought it and I was like, that sounds weird and I don't really want to buy it. But it's so much fun, and you like have to have kids and get like property and basically be like first world problems white people back in like France. And it's amazing. We actually put on harpsichord music when we play it, and like it's a lot of fun. So if you have not discovered the board game genre for adults, I highly recommend, because these things bring me a lot of joy, and they all sound like they have really weird premises, but then you play them and you're like, this is the most fun that I've had in a while. So those are 20 facts that you may or may not find interesting about me. So comment them below, let me know if there's anything that you want me to ever elaborate on in videos. Like, this is my introduction to my channel. Hello, hi, I'm Sam. These are some things about me. So if you enjoyed any of those tidbits and want to know more, want me to expand on them, comment them below and let me know. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see all of you guys soon. Bye!